Hi, I'm Reverend Anna. I'm the Senior Minister of Unity of Austin. And I want to share some thoughts with you today about we are weaving the garment of life. Here's a passage from 1 John 4:16. So we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love, and those who abide in love abide in God, and God abides in them. And now here's a quotation from Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of our Unity movement with his wife Myrtle back in the 1800s. And it's from his book, Talks on Truth. He writes, "Do not be afraid to pour out your love upon all the so-called evil in the world. Deny the appearance of evil and affirm the omnipotence and the omnipresence of love and goodness. Take no account of the evil that appears in your life and your affairs. Refuse to see it as evil. Declare that what seems evil has somewhere a good side, which shall, through your persistent affirmation of its presence, be made visible. By using this creative power of your own thought, you will change that which seemed evil into good, and divine love will pour its healing balm over all." There's a sign at Austin's Southwest YMCA that summons us to express our abundant nature, and it reads, "Spread kindness around like confetti." Kindness is God's love speaking through us. When we choose kindness, we are indeed abiding in God, and God is abiding in us. Spreading kindness is like being the garden hose that waters thirsty flowers. We are the first recipients of the cooling, calming flow of gentleness from Source. We're blessed the second time by the flower's beauty beaming back at us. When conditions are tense and our hearts are heavy, it takes everything we have to choose kindness and the love that it expresses. Yet that's exactly what's called for. Love is the healing power. It's the spiritual truth that we're one with all people and all of life. We may look at conditions wishing they were different, wondering what we can do to change them. The place to start is always in our own consciousness. We turn our attention to God and ask, how can I pour out love upon this situation? God generously responds with the invitation to come up higher. We extend compassion for the human suffering while also letting our understanding rise above it. With open hearts and kind minds, we begin to see not tragedy, but new beginnings. We are witnesses to the cracking of the shell that has confined the Christ life. We see the emergence of strength, power, creativity, and self-respect. We are all part of this upward progressive movement of life. Recall the story of the old woman who weaves the world. Just as she was in the midst of weaving a most beautiful garment, her mischievous dog roused from sleep and unraveled it. The threads lay in a tangled heap. Perhaps the old woman despaired for a moment as she viewed the snarled mess. Then she quickly got to work, weaving an even more magnificent garment, one worthy of life itself. Each one of us is a shining thread in this garment of life. It's up to us to decide how we will participate in the weaving. Let us heed God's invitation and pour out love and kindness upon everything. God bless you in the love and the light of the living Christ.